The use of adjectives and adverbs in a sentence too. 上一課呢，我哋提過 adjectives 嘅用法啦，而今課呢，我哋就繼續教 adverbs 嘅用法啦。The differing functions of adjectives and adverbs。你可唔可以講下呢形容詞同埋副詞嘅唔同功能呢？ Adjectives modify nouns. Adverbs modify verbs. 但係形容詞同埋副詞呢，仲有其他功能嘅喎。Whereas adjectives modify nouns, pronouns and expressions which serve the same grammatical functions as nouns. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives and adverbs. Adjectives which modify nouns compared with adverbs which modify verbs. The following examples illustrate the distinction which must be made between adjectives which modify nouns and adverbs which modify verbs. The adjectives and adverbs are printed in bold type, and the words which are modified are underlined. For example, adjective. It has been a quiet afternoon. Adverb. The afternoon passed quietly. Adjective. She is a good musician. Adverb. She plays the flute very well. In the first pair of sentences, the adjective quiet modifies the noun afternoon, whereas the adverb quietly modifies the verb past. In the second pair of sentences, the adjective good modifies the noun musician, whereas the adverb well modifies the verb plays. In informal English, adjectives are sometimes used to modify verbs. For example, she plays good. In this example, the adjective good is used to modify the verb plays. However, this use of adjectives is considered to be grammatically incorrect. Task 1. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the words in brackets. Number 1. Blank. Weather conditions have prevailed for the past 10 days. Unusual. Number 2. And blank. Large number of variables must be taken into account. Extreme. Number 3. Blank. Few people understand the situation. Relative. Number 4. She wrote a blank short story. Humorous. Number 5. That was a blank occurring event. Frequent. Number 6. Our city boasts a blank bus service. Frequent. Number 7. It was a blank Easter Sunday. Hot. Number 8. It was a blank debated issue. Hot. Number 1, unusual. Number 2, extremely. Number 3, relatively. Number 4, humorous. Number 5, frequently. Number 6, frequent. Number 7, hot. Number 8, hotly. Predicate adjectives which modify the subjects of verbs compared with adverbs which modify verbs. As pointed out previously, certain verbs, called linking verbs, can be followed by predicate adjectives. A distinction must be made between predicate adjectives which modify the subjects of linking verbs and adverbs which modify verbs. A few linking verbs, such as the verb to be, can be followed by predicate adjectives, but cannot be modified by adverbs of manner. In the following examples using the verb to be, the nouns which are modified are underlined. For example, he is happy. The wind was strong. In these examples, the predicate adjectives happy and strong modify the subjects he and wind. However, there are several verbs which can be used either as linking verbs followed by predicate adjectives, or as non-linking verbs modified by adverbs of manner. The following examples illustrate the use of the verb to appear as a linking verb and as a non-linking verb. For example, linking verb. His uncle appeared kind. Non-linking verb. His uncle appeared punctually at 10 o'clock. 雖然喺兩個句子嘅 appeared 呢個詞喺唔同嘅含義喎。In the first example, kind is a predicate adjective, which modifies the noun uncle. In the second example, punctually is an adverb of manner, which modifies the verb appeared. The verbs below can be used either as linking or non-linking verbs. To appear, to become, to feel, to grow, to look, to remain, to smell, to sound, to taste, to turn. If the subject of the verb is to be modified, a predicate adjective is required after such verbs. Whereas if the verb is to be modified, an adverb is required. In the pairs of examples below, the verbs to grow, to look, and to turn are used first as linking verbs followed by adjectives, and then as non-linking verbs modified by adverbs. The adjectives and adverbs are printed in bold type, and the words which are modified are underlined. For example, adjective. As he became old, he grew slow at remembering dates. Adverb. The tree grew slowly. Adjective. They looked anxious. Adverb. We looked anxiously up the street. Adjective. The weather turned cold. Adverb. She turned coldly away from the salesman. In these examples, the predicate adjectives slow, anxious, and cold modify the subjects he, they, and weather, whereas the adverbs of manner slowly, anxiously, and coldly modify the verbs grew, looked, and turned. Forming adverbs. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. They answer the questions when, where, how, or how much. Adverbs describe an action or state of being in greater details and can provide a more vivid picture of what is happening. For example, she always signs her name with Miss. When? They put the children downstairs. Where? Knead the dough slowly. How? I objected mildly to the suggestion. How much? Number 1, first case. Most adverbs can be formed from the adjectives by adding ly at the end. Careful, carefully. Collective, collectively. Beautiful, beautifully. Frequent, frequently. Normal, normally. Important, importantly. Free, freely. True, truly. 留意呢，加 ly 之前呢，要去掉咗個 e 先喎。Fair, fairly. General, generally. Sincere, sincerely. Foolish, foolishly. Quiet, quietly. Silent, silently. Surprising, surprisingly. Note 1. Some adverbs have 2 or more syllables and end in consonant plus y. We have to change y to I before adding ly. Easy, easily. Necessary, necessarily. Happy, happily. risky, riskily, healthy, healthily, wealthy, wealthily. Note 2. Some adverbs have only one syllable and end in consonant plus y, so we must just add ly to the adjectives to form adverbs. Shy, shyly. Sly, slyly. Warning: some words end in ly, but they are not adverbs. The following words are the adjectives, but not adverbs. Lovely, friendly. Number 2, second case. Some adverbs can be made from adjectives, but we don't add ly. For those adverbs, we have to change their form from the adjectives to adverbs. Notice that we use the superlative degree of the adjective to form adverbs. Late, last. Many, most. Good, well. Third case. For some adverbs can be made from the adjectives without changing any letter, and we just keep the same form from adjectives. Cowardly, cowardly. Hourly, hourly. Hard, hard. Fast, fast. Late, late. Well, well. Task 2. Fill in the blanks with an adjective or adverb form of the words given in brackets. I was waiting anxiously for my turn to see the headmistress. I usually perform really badly in interviews. My brain gets muddled up and I often lose track of what I'm saying. I took a deep breath, hoping to calm down. I reminded myself of what I was going to say so that I would speak smoothly. It was finally my turn. The headmistress was a kind and generous woman, not what I expected at all. The office walls were bright yellow and had lots of photos stuck to them, giving her room a very homely feel. I quickly got used to the relaxing atmosphere and performed surprisingly well in the interview. I enjoyed chatting with the headmistress, and I really hope I have the chance to become one of her students. Now do the exercise to test yourself. Bye!